Over the course of Momocon weekend, I was afforded the opportunity to be able to meet, shake hands, and interview some of the biggest stars in the nerdy space, whether it be cosplayers, voice actors, or whatnot. And it was a really incredible experience that I wouldn't trade for anything. So, yeah, I know why you're here, and I'll get to that in just a second. But first things first, I want to say I'm super grateful to Momocon for affording me the opportunity to do the things I was able to do this weekend. I was booked and busy all day, and I'll get into that in another time and space. But yeah, Adassa, that's why you're here, right? Adassa was a very, very sweet person. She came in full Encanto outfit and just ready to go. She answered all my questions, and she was very nice and very sweet. And I was able to take a picture with her afterwards. Yeah, it was a really pleasant experience, and I'm really, really grateful for her taking the time out to answer all my questions. So, yeah, without further ado, hit the intro, and we'll get to the interview.
This is Miss Adassa from the movie Encanto. As you can see how she is dressed in this interview. And we will start the questions now.
Good morning, JBVersusTheWorld. What got you started in music?
I got started in music from my parents. So we used to sing a lot in church. And that's when I felt like, wow, I think music is something that I want to do. And so my first album ever was with my mom as a Christian album. And then after that, I was signed to my first record deal when I was 16. And I traveled the world after being signed with Universal. I worked with Pitbull, with Snoop, with Flo Rida, with Daddy Yankee, Luis Fonsi, Sierra, Missy Elliott. Flo Rida. It was just an amazing career.
What was it like being able to work with those people, especially like a Snoop or a Lil Jon or Sierra?
It was wonderful, especially Sierra. She's such an endearing person. We were in Japan together on tour as well, and she was just like, oh my gosh, nothing fits. And I was like, everything fits me here. Yeah, she was so wonderful, great performer. Pitbull as well. He's such a down-to-earth person, so focused on what he's doing and making sure his family's taken care of, as well as giving people a great show. So it was a great experience.
Yeah. You've had a charted song. What was that like for you? Like just stepping into the booth, doing what you love, and then just seeing like the fruits of your labor just come to fruition like that?
It's been wonderful. I mean, even as a solo artist, having chart-topping songs, and then now with this incredible Familia Madrigal, we broke 26 years of records for Disney. The song was #1 on Billboard charts for multiple weeks. It won Grammys, we won the Oscar, Golden Globes. So it's beautiful to be able to not just do it once, but have that serendipitous moment where it happens twice. So it's a humbling experience to be able to be a part of a family that will forever live in the lives and in the hearts of so many people, and Disney made that happen.
Speaking of House Mouse, what was that like? Because I read somewhere that you were retired from music before that happened, and then next thing you know, boom. So what was that journey?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. I wanted to be part of that world since I was a kid. And when the movie came out, I was 9 years old, and I knew it. I was like, The Little Mermaid, that's me. I want to be in that world, and my life took me elsewhere. So I just thought, oh, you know what, the dream is over. You know, I had a great, amazing career, and I was home with my kids baking bread. I have 7 children, and so I was like, okay, that was it. That was a wonderful moment in my life. And then Disney sent me an email through my YouTube channel. That's how important it is to always put things out, because you never know who's listening. And they asked me if I would like to audition, and I said yes. And that's how it came to be. And we unfortunately didn't have the advantages of being in Disney's House of Mouse to record it together because of COVID restrictions. So we were all over the world. but you wouldn't know it. I mean, the way that they put this magical movie together, it just sounds like we were together every single step of the way.
Yeah. Reflecting on everything that movie did, all the records you broke, you guys cleaned up everywhere. Like for you on the other side of it now, because you don't, as an artist, you don't really just go into anything thinking, hey, we're gonna do everything, we're gonna do all the things. So what was that like seeing it actually happen in real time?
It was like a miracle unfolding before your eyes. To be able to walk the carpet at the release of this film was the first time that we ever saw each other live. And that was the amazing moment to see Lin-Manuel, to meet Byron Howard, Jared Bush in person and be on that carpet and be together for that family shot for the first time ever was insane. And the people, the way they received the film. But if it wasn't for everyone on like TikTok, Instagram, just posting things dressed as the characters and cosplaying the characters and identifying with each one of our own, I guess, roles and family situations like they did, I don't think it would have become what it has. I mean, Disney makes magic and it makes movies to last a lifetime, but the people made it become legendary.
Sent me some questions that could be here, and I think you kind of answered one, so I'm going to go to the next one, which and you said a little bit about it, because this is my favorite thing about you is the fact you have 7 children, because that's amazing. I struggle with 3. How do you manage your career with your family life?
I love the life that I have, and I'm grateful for it. And then I make sure not to travel more than twice a month. So that's kind of a thing. And if we do travel more, they come with me, which is insane. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it gives them the opportunity to see the world. So yeah, there are times that you will see me traveling with all of the children, especially the 5 babies that I have with me at home. But they are all so understanding and loving and kind, but I do call them every day. I make sure to have our prayers together. It's very important for me to see how their day is going, and because that is my life too. So I have to be in both places at the same time. So serving others and being able to take the pictures and sign the autographs and be there for the people who love the work of Encanto and who want to, you know, be a part of that, and at the same time go home and deal with the dishes and take the kids to their parties and be there for the boo-boos. And I love being able to mix both because it keeps me grounded and it keeps me joyful.
I would agree with that with mine as well.
Going back to your music, who would you say right now? No, let me backtrack. Disney. We're gonna start Disney for a second. What's your favorite Disney movie growing up?
Favorite Disney movie growing up was The Little Mermaid. Jodie Benson did an amazing job, and now having the remake, oh my goodness. I think that it gives the new generation another character. I mean, it's Ariel, but at the same time, it's another person to identify with that is playing this beautiful role, to be able to say she's like me in our day and age as well. So we get both, the best of both worlds.
Yeah. You haven't seen it yet. I mean, you've probably been here all week.
I have not. I've just seen the clips, and I wish I would have been there for the premiere, but unfortunately I was also on tour. So yes, I think it's wonderful to see that moment where Jodie Benson and Hailey Bailey, they met each other on the carpet. Oh my goodness, that was so lovely. You know, it was the past and the present coming together in such a lovely way. It's up to you guys. I'm here for you. Woo-hoo! My time is your time.
All right, well, I'll let you guys get a couple in. Oh, I have to ask one more. Another reporter who couldn't make it up here fast enough wanted me to ask about your upcoming album.
Yes, so my upcoming album, my life has given such a turn, 25 years in the music industry, and I go back to my roots. I'm coming up with a Christian album entitled In Jesus We Are One, and the first single, On a Mission, is coming out in 30 days, so I'm so excited to share that with the world. Yes, and it's wonderful because I get to testify of my faith at the same time in music. So it's uniting both. And the first leg of the tour is taking me to Mexico, where I'll be with the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, and we're going to be in Mexico to a sold-out crowd of over 30,000. So it's going to be wonderful to be able to set that stage.
Biggest inspiration from your Christian music? Who your favorite artists? Who your favorite songs? I know you got to play this.
Oh my goodness, do I? Biggest inspiration from growing up, it had to be Sandy Patty, and now Lauren Daigle. I think she's amazing. CeCe Winan also. Oh my goodness, I just love her so much.
So yeah, I'm doing research on your discography. I saw you work with a lot of music legends like Pitbull and so many others. So who are some of your favorites that you've worked with?
I would have to say Pitbull was definitely one of my favorites. He's so clear-minded, business-wise and as a person, like understanding that you need to prevent for your future, because it's so easy to be caught up on the glitz and glamour of everything. But like, he was an investor, so like day one, and I met him back when he was Mr. 305, and then he became Mr. Worldwide, and I toured with him on both sides of that spectrum. So I've seen his growth and how dedicated he was, and he made a lot of money and he lost a lot of money in investments, and he always was very steadfast in doing it. So I would have to say, yeah, he's one of my favorites. Don Omar was also cool traveling with him, and Sierra. Loved touring with her in Japan. She was awesome.
I don't know if you've already answered this, I apologize.
No, please go.
But so I know, we had a whole pandemic. What was the audition like for Encanto? Wasn't that like your first role?
It was my first voiceover role in a major film. Other than that, I had done voiceovers for like Toyota, and I was the voice of McDonald's, and so this was different, because you're like, okay, picture this, and this is happening, go, and you're in like a booth, and then all of a sudden you're supposed to be in the middle of a mountain, in the middle of nowhere, It was really nice to work with the directors, because they were so good at getting you to that place where it became real. But we were separate. Yes, I was in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where our studios were. But there was people in Colombia, New York, and LA. We were all recording from different places in the world. And when we finally premiered it together as the Familia Madrigal, we saw the work of art they made. I don't think there was a dry eye on that Zoom call. But the first time we ever set foot on a stage and got to reenact some of it was at the Hollywood Bowl. And you can watch that on Disney Plus. It was so wonderful, because Stephanie Beatriz, she just embodies Mirabel, and so does Diane Guerrero. She just takes over Isabella, and Jessica Darrow, same thing with her, and Luisa, and Pepa and Felix, it was Carolina Gaitán and Mauro Castillo. So it was so wonderful to be able to have our voices, and we were on stage, and people can see we are like our characters. So we literally are, and that is our personalities. And trust me, we we enjoyed ourselves so much, we didn't want it to end.
And was that the first time that you all actually came together?
It was the first time we performed. The first time we saw each other and met in person, we were like, "You're a real person! Oh my goodness!" It was at the premiere. That was the first time we saw each other, and it was lovely to have the blessing of Lin-Manuel Miranda when we did the Hollywood Bowl. And now I get to be a part of celebrating the 100 Years of Wonder at the Hollywood Bowl again, and this will be August 5th and 6th. So we're bringing a little bit of Encanto magic to the stage, as well as singing other classics for the crowds there. So 2 sold-out shows. So I'm excited to be there.
Thank you so much. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you have a few minutes to do a few pictures with us?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to do that, and then after we do that, then Miss Rebecca's going to do a quick little video for you.
Sounds awesome. Okay.
So if you want to come over here to the backdrop. Y'all want pictures?
Yes.
I do. I don't know what y'all are doing.